Hello and welcome to another capsule. That's right, capsule. This is a small segment of my office hours live stream that I pull out that I do every Thursday. Well, I say every Thursday. I do it Thursdays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Trying to do my conversions in my head. Over at twitch.tv/theastropub and live on youtube.com/theastropublive. This is where we talk about lore, news, everything. We watch ISC when it comes out or look up various information. Sometimes we have little topics, but just hang out and chill and ask questions and such. You can join chat right here. Say hello, chat. Love to see you come down here and join us. But today, we're going to be covering the Roadmap Roundup from April 19th, 2023. Now, I've had some confusions in the past as, what the heck is this, Paul? Well, every 2 weeks, CIG updates the roadmap and the progress tracker to see what's going on. So we're going to look at the Roadmap Roundup of what changed, and we're also going to look at a program that a fan has created called the Shiny Tracker to look at what has been changed and updated in the background for some specific parts of the project. This helps us get more information and combined with a bunch of the other sources like the monthly reports to understand where Star Citizen is right now and what is being worked on. This is helpful for those people who are really looking forward to, like, oh, I'm looking forward to this one specific aspect of the game. Well, if we look through it and say, they're not working on it, you can expect, well, it's not working on. They're not working on that. But if they are working on something, we can pull other aspects out to understand more. Basically, this is more of a kind of a supplementary for those people who are really looking forward to like monthly reports. This will give you more context for that. So hopefully that explains a little bit of this, but this isn't a summary. So I'm not going to give you a quick, concise answer as to when exactly something's coming out or what exactly is being done. This is more of a data analysis. And I'm just I started doing this as a recording and people said, hey, keep doing this, Paul. So yeah, I'm going to keep doing it. So without any further ado, let's take a look at the Roadmap Roundup. But remember, if you enjoy this, let me know in the comments and be sure you like the video, subscribe for more of these, and hit the bell icon to know when these come out. All right, Roadmap Roundup for 4/19/2023. Notable changes for, let's go through this. No, so it's all the same stuff. So it's important to note that a lot of this stuff is downstream changes, meaning we have updates. Every so often we'll get updates. So this is the downstream for quarter 2. And then some of it is upstream for quarter 4. And I think we're going to get more upstream later. For those who don't know, downstream, upstream, effectively, downstream is the stuff that's going to be closer to player release, and upstream is stuff that's like the tools, the back end stuff that needs to be made for the downstream teams to make them. So the downstream teams are delayed by a couple of quarters compared to the upstream team. That's part of the whole staggered development. With this update, we're adding the majority of the Q2 2023 schedule for the downstream teams, with additional teams coming in subsequent publish. So we're going to see more about this probably in 2 weeks. Headhunters faction outfits, developing multiple outfit variants for the Pyro gang, the Headhunters. This deliverable has been added to the Star Citizen character art team schedule. Rough and Ready faction outfits, developing multiple outfit variants for Pyro gang, Rough and Ready. This deliverable has been added to the Star Citizen character art team schedule. Both of those have been mentioned in multiple monthly reports as well as being worked on. So we're starting to see this beyond just the initial concepts and actually being made into the game. This doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to see Pyro soon, but it is an indication that CIG is starting to push beyond the basic framework. These are obviously gangs that are going to be required for the first release of Pyro, so they want to have those gang outfits done, kind of like how we see with the Ninetales and the Dusters, which will be out here shortly for Stanton. New missions, mining resource rush. Various large clusters of asteroids around Stanton are being sold off by several organizations for a fee. Civilians are given access to these spatial mining claims and allowed to mine until a cluster is depleted, drawing many mining crews and occasionally pirates to these hotspots. This deliverable has been added to the mission feature team's schedule. This is a sort of the mining version of the salvage missions that we'll be getting in Alpha 319. New mission package extraction. A new multiplayer mission where players will work together to recover stolen prototype ship components. Crusader Security tasks players with extracting these highly classified components from the Ninetales transport ships before they can escape off-world. This deliverable has been added to the mission feature and narrative team schedules. We actually saw some previews of this or some discussions of this during one of the recent ISCs, where this is a mission where you're kind of supposed to knock out a ship and take stuff from it. So that's a pretty cool little addition for like soft death stuff. And it's specifically dealing with the new play spaces for Siege of Orison. They kind of got unlocked with Siege of Orison. New missions, data heist. Implementing missions that task players with infiltrating locations, often held by NPCs, reaching data stores, and setting data to upload to offsite handlers. This deliverable is added to the mission feature team narrative VFX team schedules. Nice. So that's, if you watched the, I think 2019 CitizenCon, the whole them breaking into a lab and stealing stuff, that's the kind of missions they're doing, which is nice. Some of these seem to be matching up with gameplay, like obviously package extraction is a combination of soft death and the Siege of Orison platforms. The mining resource rush is kind of like the same sort of modular but system as the salvage missions, but it's for mining. And the data heist is may actually be hacking. But we've already seen stuff like this in game. We're just usually on the side that needs to stop the hack for data heist. It happens in Siege of Orison, and it happens with all those 890 missions. So now we get to actually hack those locations to upload stuff. So interesting little addition. That's it for the roadmap roundup. But, as I said, we're going to look into the Shiny Tracker to see all of the changes that have been made in the background. That's still a lot of stuff right there. We're looking at brand new mission setups and two new gang outfits being for Pyro. So it seems like CIG, because these are the downstream teams, are heavily working on expanding the gameplay. I wouldn't be surprised if all three of those new mission types come out to the game in 320, which we don't know when it is. We know it's happening. We just don't know when it is yet. So keep an eye on those. With that, though, let's move on over to the Shiny Tracker. All right, so this is a little different. I've actually, Shiny Hobo actually reached out and talked about this. This was a bug. This is a bug that it was deliverables moved. It was not removed. This is just wasn't supposed to have happened. So we can ignore this. It is still going to be coming out for the salvage contract to still come out in 319. I don't think it's been fully committed yet. These are all the things that have been added. We just talked about these. And this is all 81 deliverables updated. This is where I'm going to go through piece by piece and kind of explain how things have changed and how it might have changed a little bit. Actor status T2 has been corrected from start date corrected from 23/31 to 23. Such small things. The end date has been moved closer. So they kind of calibrated it a little bit more with the actor status T2. The AI vehicle perception was extended to July, so it's going to take them a little bit longer to do that. We see that artificial gravity is going to be coming sooner rather than later, which is interesting. Bounty hunting V2 has been pushed out to August, the current work at least. And that was changed. Bug fixing tech debt, Cave archetypes was changed to the end of April, which is something we've seen before, kind of been working on it. Now, I'm going to go speed through chapter 1, or all of the chapters that have been changed with Squadron. These are ongoing works. They'll see this stuff happening all throughout any of these. This will be happening up until the game releases. So Squadron 2 actually comes out. So we see not a lot of change here. Chapter 2, we see extension to the end of June, or to middle June. This has been extended to July, so Chapter 4 is still not done yet. Chapter 5 has been extended to June. Extended to June for 6. Extended to... Oh, no. It was assigned... New dev was assigned for that. Extended to July. May... July. It was a lot of AI content, team, character tech, art, facial animation, gameplay, story, Squad 42 character art, VFX. That's Chapter 12. There's a lot of work being done on it. Chapter 13 to July. So yeah, basically they're continuing to work. There's still more stuff they got to do. Let's see. June. Yeah, August. There's a lot of stuff here too. Through chapter 27, 28, and then, all right, so effectively they've moved this to the work. It's continuing on to further date. Pretty typical with Squadron 42. Overall, we can see chapter 26, 22, 21, 20, 17, 14, 12, 5, 4, and it looks like that's bug fixing 4. Those are all really getting a lot of work done. We know that Squadron 42 has been going through a lot of refining with some of these specific gameplay parts. And there's been a big push of trying to get Squadron 42 in a better state than it currently is, in the sense that like everything is up to spec. So the game plays like it should, with all the proper features that it's supposed to have from start to finish. No like missing gameplay elements. All right, character work extended to July. Huge amount of work there, obviously. They've done a big shoot recently. Chemline. I forgot what this was. Extended to there, okay. And then we're back to Star Citizen Squadron 42 stuff. Cutting version 2. They added one new engineering dev. Derelict Spaceship's Point of Interest was extended to the end of May. Duster Faction Outfix has been extended to June. Okay, so we can see that. Dynamic of events has moved from... Okay, so they've kind of stopped working on dynamic events for now. Any characters extended to... That's for Squadron 42 to May. March. So it's extended to March. So EVA T2 looks like it's done. I think I remember seeing that. It's close to being done. Extended to March. Extended to June. Added some new tasks. FPS device tier 1 is in April. Freight elevators is moving to September. So, for instance, I wouldn't expect anything to do with freight and that sort of cargo gameplay until later, but we kind of already knew that. 319 doesn't have that, and that's coming out in May. And I wouldn't be surprised if 320 doesn't come out until after CitizenCon, which is in October. So, Frontier Clothing extended to end of June. Gen 12 renderer T1 has extended to June. It's not fully finished for the renderer. Grey Cat Industrial Salvage Tool. This is the standalone tool. It's been extended out to June. Hacking Tier 0 has been extended out to... Oh, it's only been extended out to June. That's interesting. Life Support Tier 0 has moved closer. So that's actually getting closer to being created. It's being finished in August. Lockable Containers has moved closer... Oh, no, they've stopped working on it. That may be a bug there, because I remember them talking about something like that. Map and radar systems rework, extended to the end of April. MFD rework is in July. Okay. Military multi-tool, extended to May. And then just miscellaneous support. Mission Manager app to August. So we're not going to get any... For those of you wondering, the Mission Manager app is important because the Mission Manager app is the thing you need to interact with the missions that will be dynamically generated by the background information. So if that's been extended through August, remember, anytime they say, hey, August 14th, that doesn't mean they're going to be done at August 14th. It means that they're currently scheduled to finish their current work on whatever they're doing on the 14th of August, or around there, which means I wouldn't expect that sort of connecting stuff to be added into the game before the end of the year. So, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see maybe a lot or any movement on Quantum before the end of the year. Could be wrong. This could come up with like 4.0 or something, but this definitely isn't right there. This goes along with the Mobilglass rework, which is, of course, not coming. It's been extended out to July. Mop and Bucket gameplay has been moved to June or May. New player experience is extended to April. Persistent Habs has been moved closer to May. That's interesting. Persistent Streaming and Entity Reserving was moved closer to. So it looks like we probably might be getting some new information on server meshing around July. It looks like at least the current work on PES and server meshing is wrapping up around June, which kind of tracks with what we've talked about before, with how they've worked. Damage and breakability has been extended to June. Rope simulation has been extended to June. Player interaction experience T2, that's the new kind of scan and kind of look at things, extended to July. Player/machine physical interaction has been extended to April. Prone version 1, which we've seen sort of, they talked about it in the last monthly report, was finished recently. Pyro space stations. They added 3 new art devs. Pyro system plan and mission setup has been extended to August. Rastar was extended out to that, but we know Rastar has been finished, or at least the first version. Refinery ships has been extended to September. We know that was recently started. Resource management has been looks like freed up, so less people working on it maybe. This has been expanded to the end of, or the middle of, beginning of May. We know that the links, the RSI links, is supposed to come out in 3.19, so. Then we have salvage, vehicle munching, extended to September. So we're not going to see vehicle munching until at least the end of the year, maybe a little longer. Salvage T0 has been moved, obviously, because that's done. Salvage is done. Vehicle munching is the next step. Seated item handling. This is the thing that allows you to shoot out of the side seats of a dragonfly, like this, or out of the side of a vehicle. It has moved closer, so it looks like that's being prioritized for some reason for 5.4. So that may be might make it to 19, 3.19. Probably not, but who knows? Security Network V1 was moved closer to August. Sliding. For those who don't know, sliding into cover has been a thing that Star Citizen wanted to do for a while. It was moved closer, so we're going to see it being coming out to the game soon. Space Mines has been extended to March. They kind of worked on that a little bit in the past month. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another update that it's kind of constantly being worked on. Vehicle support for Squadron 42. Subsumption editor integration has been extended to the 7th. That makes sense. Swimming tier 0 is been moved closer. So it looks like we might actually see swimming sooner than later, too. That might be a 320 thing. Time trial race missions obviously is in the game now, so that's why it's there. Now, here we go. Unannounced vehicle. The end date is extended to June or May 24th. They added some audio and VFX stuff. That's probably the Fury, would be my guess, the Misk Fury. That'll be coming out around Invictus for 3.19. Vehicle tractor beams. Looks like that's still set up for the same. We know that they've been working on that extensively. Weapon misfire and wear, another thing they mentioned in the monthly report. That was they added 7 days of work. And 0G push and pull has been extended to the end of March. And work on that. But everything else has been unchanged. So, what did we learn today, chat? Nothing. But what we can pull out of this is a lot of the stuff that was mentioned in the monthly report seems to continue to get more focus. Things like weapon misfire, 0G push and pull, tractor beams. There's an unannounced vehicle. Swimming seems to be getting some work. Sliding, social network rework, seated item handling, salvage, basically resource management. Basically, we haven't seen much change, but we have seen a lot of stuff which people have been looking forward to, like hole munching and the MOBA glass, mission manager, the MFD, the radar systems, the hacking, like all of that stuff has pushed out. So we're going to see that coming later rather than sooner. So it's not too out of the ordinary, but we're definitely seeing some stuff getting done. If you're looking forward to, say, like those multiple different containers for for cargo, we know that's being worked on. It's something that's coming with freight elevators. If you're looking forward to more like fire hazards and EVA and dynamic events, a lot of those things that, it's being worked on. It's just probably not going to come anytime soon. So that's what we saw from the roadmap update. I do want to know your thoughts down below on any of these, and let me know if you're interested in seeing more of these. As always, this is a more newer version of the capsules that I do. So I'm always a little bit more unsure about if this helps y'all. Let me know in the comments below if it does. And as always, come join us live on Thursdays at twitch.tv/theastropub, youtube.com/theastropublive. Come join the discussion. And like I say every time, hope to see you someday in the black.